Welcome back to the channel Gadgets for Gentlemen. In today's video I'm going to show you two cases by OtterBox that I purchased for my brand new Apple Watch Series 9. This is the 41mm edition in the color Midnight. And I also bought the Midnight Sport Loop. When I'm going to do some workouts, I think it's good to go for some protection. So I purchased these cases just to have a look at them, and maybe this video can help you decide what is the right fit for your particular setup. So I will include some photos of these items in the video so you know what kind of models I am talking about here. But this is an OtterBox case that I saw on Amazon that you can easily recognize because of that gray side button. And as you can hear, well, let's not jump into the conclusions already, but I was really disturbed by this particular sound of this side button. Let me bring it closer to the mic. I hope the mic picked up that sound, but when I was using this particular case, I noticed with the vibrations of the Apple Watch that kind of like made some noise on that side button. To me, that was very annoying. So this one is particularly made for the Series 7 41mm, and with the Series 9 41, there has not been any changes as far as I'm concerned, aware in the case. So you can just use this one with the Series 9. Here are some of the details. It guards the display, well, at least just a tiny bit, because it's raised. And as you can see, still, if you have like a direct hit, for example, to the screen, you're like screwed up or scratched up, to be more precise. But yeah, it does protect the screen a little bit because it sticks out. And definitely it will protect the edges of the case a bit. Because of that material. It has a lasting antimicrobial case protection, and it's made with 90% recycled plastic. And what I really dislike about this case is the fact that it is very plasticky. I'm used with OtterBox cases for a more rubber-ish kind of feel to the case, while this feels really much like, you know, like a plastic spoon, plastic fork that you will throw away after like a one-time use. And I really dislike it, that sound and that feel. It's very hard. Attaching this to the case is super easy. Let me demonstrate. There we have it. It is super easy, but I think doing so because of that tough, well, not really tough, but just slightly tough plastic, you might scratch your screen or case doing so. So I'm not very much convinced with this case. And let me see if I can just let you demonstrate that sound of that plastic. So let me do a 5-second timer. Hey Siri, can you please do a 5-second timer?
5 seconds, counting down.
Well, I hope you get what I'm saying. To me, when I hear the timer go off and when I feel the vibrations, it really resonates on that side button and also maybe on the plastic material, making it sound and feel cheap. So this is, as you can see, a great fitting case that will protect the display to some extent, because as you can see, the corners, they stick out with like maybe a millimeter or so. So when your watch goes face down, it will hit the corners. and not the display. So that is a perfect design. Also, as you can see, these corners, they are protected. So when you knock against something from the side, your case will not scratch up. And still, as you can see, we have beautiful cutouts for the speaker. We have a nice cutout for your watch band, where you can still access the back of the case. For example, to remove your watch band, you can still press this button. There is a side button that I think is very cheap. I dislike it. You can see there's a cutout for the mic, and the crown is still actually quite functional. So actually this is a nice watch case, but to me the materials that are used just feel cheap. As you can see, the back of the case is not very much protected. This part sticks out a little bit, but then again, you will have this case on the wrist, so the back of the watch will be protected by your wrist, so that doesn't really matter that much. Finally, let me throw it on a watch band. Again, this is the Sport Loop in the color Midnight, really fantastic. And let me show you how this case looks like on the wrist. And as you can see, and this is the thing that I dislike about Apple Watch cases, it really messes up with the design of the Apple Watch. As you can see, it really makes me feel more like wearing a toy than like a beautiful designed Apple product. But in terms of cases, I think OtterBox for me is my favorite, because here, as you can see, OtterBox, it's done in a nice fashion. It's not too colorful, it's not too screaming, it's very subtle. It's very the material used is matte black, it's not shiny black. So I do think the look of this particular case is actually quite nice, and how fittingly that the adapter of the Midnight Sport Loop actually kind of fits with that side button case. It's slightly a different color of gray. So I would say in terms of the looks department, one of the most nicer cases that I saw on Amazon, for example. Now let's have a closer look at this particular case. So this is another case by OtterBox. It's called Exo Edge. So the Exo Edge case, I think, is priced a little bit higher. It's a little bit more expensive. And let's have a closer look why. So precision protection for Apple Watch, guards, display, and edges. It's a brand new product. I haven't used it yet. I did own the Exo Edge cases previously for earlier iterations of the Apple Watches that I owned, and those cases I really fancied, and I'm curious if something has changed to the design and the fabrics that are used. So here there's a little setup, how to use it, and let's have a closer look. So that is the Exo, and already, and this really makes me happy, as you can see when I squeeze it, you can see that this material is actually a bit softer. It's more rubber-ish, I would say. I would say this material is quite hard, quite tough, plasticky. So maybe a little bit similar to this part. But then, as you can see, the back part, which is this part, is much more loose. Also these sides, making it more flexible. Side button here is not something plastic attached, like we can see right here, but it's integrated. So I think this part will not make that awful noise that we have with this side button. And what I'm doing here, I'm just exaggerating. I'm using my nail, slapping into that side button. But you can hear that horrible sound. I really think that's quite tinny. I don't like it. So, Exo Edge, as you can see, the design is a bit similar. This protective case kind of hooks around the Apple Watch. while this particular case here on the left, the Exo, really goes around all those parts. So here with this case we only have 2 points where it connects, where it hooks around the case, and here we can see it goes all around the case. So already I think the Exo Edge in all parts is just a better case. Okay, there we go. One more time, that is the case, I don't know the name, but I will insert a photo. Quite nice, but very plasticky, very tinny. Now here we have the Exo Edge. There we go. And we are inside. I think this has a much nicer look to it, as you can see, and that side button doesn't make that awful noise, and it looks very nice. I think this is quite a nice look when you are busy in the house, busy with cleaning, busy with moving things, and you don't want to, you know, bang your watch against a doorknob or against something, or when you go to the gym. I think this is quite a nice quite a nice case. Only issue still remaining is that display. So again, if there is a direct hit to the screen, you are gonna be scratched up. Other than that, as you can see, the case really sticks out, so your display will be protected. As you can see, it really protrudes all around. Nice cutouts. I really like this combination. And here, as you can see, it really wraps around the entire case, while you can still access these buttons to remove your watch band. So let's have a closer look. And this is what it looks like on my 6.3 inches wrist. This is the Midnight Sport Loop. And with this case, actually, it looks very sportive. For example, going for a run. Nice combination. I really like it. So you remove the watch band. That's the first step. And then the second step is just kind of like find a way to open it, like so. Because of that rubber-ish material, I don't worry too much about scratching it. And here we have it. It's a bit tougher because of this part that will also wrap around that case, as noted. So definitely not the easiest for changing out. There we have it. That's it. So I would say removing the case takes a bit of effort. It's not as easy as this bad boy, but I totally love the look of the one on the left, the Exo Edge. I think it's a much better product. Only downside is removing the case from your Apple Watch does take a little bit more time. Other than that, I think a fantastic product. I think also the Exo Edge is just a little bit thicker, as you can see right here. So all in all, I think a much better product. Also the weight here on the left is Exo Edge 4 grams and the plastic one 3 grams. So this is just a gram heavier, but I actually do notice it when holding it. This is just so flimsy, and this is so nice. So that is just a quick video of the OtterBox cases that you can purchase to pair up with your beautiful Apple Watch series, I think 7, 8, 9, the 41mm edition. So thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, then please give me a like, leave a comment, and see you soon.